Well, hello there. I'm Kim Berry, editor of Food and Drink Business. Welcome to Play, a weekly news roundup brought to you by Cod Australia, the only authorised source for your barcodes. For 50 years, GS1 standards have powered business to trade seamlessly, efficiently and safely. Learn more about the next generation of barcodes at gs1au.org. Now brace for impact, people. foodpro 2023 starts in 3 days. The Food and Drink Business team, our esteemed leader, also known as our publisher, Lindy Hewson, journalist Pippa Haupt, and myself, and our National Sales Manager Sharon Amos, will be at the ready to say hi and have a chat. We're going to have our podcast studio set up, which will be live streaming onto our YouTube channel every day. It will also be in near real time on LinkedIn. This is where I give a shout out to TriMat Systems for indulging our love of the podcast format and sponsoring the Food and Drink Business Live from foodpro podcast series. We really appreciate their support in helping us get the stories and news out from the event every which way. We're also doing a video series. I know, it's like a dream come true. Microphones, cameras, talking to people all day. My little ADH brain is in heaven. We have a handful of spots left. Now, there is a cost to get your visage and equipment or product on screen with one of us. So our National Sales Manager, Sharon Amos, is the person you need to talk to. But ultimately, please come and say hello. Our stand is H49, but if you see us wandering around, you lot are why we do this, and the opportunity to talk in person is pretty rare, so don't be shy. Come and say hi. Okay, should we talk about the news? Diageo has a new managing director, Dan Hamilton. He's been with the company since 2011 and is currently the MD for Korea and Japan. He'll start on 1 October. The ACCC has released its draft guidance on combating greenwashing, sets out 8 principles for companies to adhere to, and its consultation period ends on the 15th of September. Goulburn-based Tribal Breweries has been plucked from voluntary administration by the Elsie Cameron Foundation, and Heath Baker has been appointed its new CEO. The foundation is Jan Cameron's, who was the co-founder of Kathmandu Clothing and a former director of Bubs Australia, so charity which uses proceeds from its investments to go towards environmental initiatives, mainly in Tasmania. West Australian company Wide Open Agriculture has received a $5 million grant from the state government to produce its Bunteen protein enhanced oat milk. The Bunteen protein is the company's proprietary lupin-based plant protein, and the build will enable the company to increase its production capabilities. Reviews by 2 World Health Organization bodies have found there is limited evidence that the sweetener aspartame can cause cancer. The International Agency for Research on Cancer found limited evidence for carcinogenicity, while the Joint Expert Committee on Food Additives reaffirmed the acceptable daily intake, which was already in place. The full report of that is on the website. Noumi has informed the ASX that it doesn't know why there has been a price and volume change in the trading of its shares, which jumped from 0.085 cents on the 10th of July to 0.165 on Monday, the 17th of July. On Monday, nearly 700,000 shares were traded. It's currently trading at 0.155, which is a bump of 115.27%. Meanwhile, we haven't talked about Bubs for 5 minutes, so let's rectify that. In the month since the 19th of June, Bubs' share price has increased from 0.144 to 0.255. It had 4 million shares trade on the 13th of July. Now that was just days after the current board sent a letter to shareholders advising them to take no action in response to the renegade Save Our Bubs shareholder faction, which is backed by the founder and former CEO Christy Carr and former executive chair Dennis Lin. Now, of course, the 13th of July feels like a lifetime ago, with the current board having since put out its 5-point plan to get the company back on track while it sorts out legal actions. And Save Our Bubs has run a series of webinars with its proposed leadership team in the lead up to the extraordinary general meeting, which is next week. Still at the ASX, the other noticeable mover this week was Cod Australia. Its share price jumped to 0.175. The company's retail brand is Akuna Sustainable Murray Cod, which has had remarkable success in retail and restaurant channels. Its share price bump could possibly be coming off the back of its announcement of Murray Cod Caviar, Akuna Gold. The chair of the company, Ross Anderson, is very excited about its release, calling the product biological gold. And I can't deny it, the tiny little golden balls are very, very pretty. It's initially going to high-end restaurants due to the limited supply, but soon enough, all of you fancy pants dinner party hosting types out there will be able to offer your guests Murray Cod Caviar. 3 words probably none of us ever imagined saying together. Now, for these stories and a whole lot more, of course, head to the website foodanddrinkbusiness.com.au. Don't forget to subscribe. We will hopefully see a lot of you on Sunday and next week at foodpro. Thanks to GS1. And with that, I'm Kim Berry, over and out.